All right, hey everybody. Today's lesson is going to be on the major scale, how to create it and how to be able to play it in every key. The things that you're going to really need to know first is what a half step is and what a whole step is. A half step is any note right next to each other. So from here to here is a half step. From C is what this is to C sharp is a half step. Anything with two half steps would be now considered a whole step. So this is one half step. That's another half step. So from here, C to D is a whole step. So now that we have that out the way, we know that a major scale is comprised of a whole step, a whole step, a half step, a whole step, a whole step, a whole step, and a half step. So I'll play that right now. Whole step, C to D is a whole step. D to E is a whole step. E to F is a half step because it's only right here. E to F. It's right next to each other. There's no black note in between it. So F to G is a whole step. G to A is a whole step. A to B is a whole step. And B to C is a half step. So playing that together, the major scale would be and that would be the C major scale. And that's how you create it. So let's do the same thing with an F. If we start on F and we use that same method with the whole steps and the half steps, F to G is one whole step. Why? Because F to F sharp, F to right, going up right here, it's going to be a half step because this note's right next to it. And then this to this, F sharp to G, is going to be another half step, which is two half steps, which make a whole step. So, whole step, whole step. This is a half step now because it's right next to each other. This is going to be a whole step, whole step, whole step, and now last half step. E to F, they're right next to each other. It's a half step. And that would be the F major scale. We're going to do one more. We're going to do it in G as well. So from G to A flat, that's a half step. And then another half step, A flat to A, makes a whole step. That's a whole step. So now I'm going to do the same thing. So A to B flat or A sharp is going to be what? It's going to be a half step. A sharp or B flat, whichever one you want to call it, is another half step. So what is it now? What is the difference between these two? It's a whole step. So whole step, whole step. What is that? That's a half step because it's right next to each other. Whole step, whole step, whole step, and then a half step. Play the whole thing again. And that would be the G major scale. So now that we know what these are, this major scale, we'll go back to C. And what I'm going to show you now is the fingering. In your right hand, we're going to call the thumb 1. We're going to call your pointer finger 2. Middle finger 3. Index finger 4. And your pinky finger 5. So what we're going to do is the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We're going to have the fingering, the thumb, the 1 is going to be on C. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to put the thumb under. Remember, the thumb is the 1, is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for the fingerings. To go back down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be for your right hand. For your left hand, for the C major scale, we're going to count it as your pinky is 5, your ring finger is 4, your middle finger is 3, your index finger is 2, and your thumb is 1. So we're going to do the scale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. To go down, we'll go 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you just have to do the same thing with both hands and practice that. So that will be that for the major scale, for the C major scale. So practice that and learn the formula in every key. I'll show you right now and I'll play the major scale in every key so you can hear it and you can see it. It'll also be on the screen so you can stop and look. So once you figure these out, you should memorize them so you do not have to use the formula, because in a playing situation, you won't have time to use this formula to think it through. So once you have it memorized, it'll make life so much easier. And this is the basics of everything else that you're ever going to really do in music from a Western standpoint. All right, everybody. So good luck practicing.